Hi, it's January 26, 2020, and welcome to Kemi Talk Stories. This is the segment in my IGTV where I tell stories of things that have happened and everything you need to know. I say a lot of things because many of you are daft and very dumb, and you don't know what you need to know. Everything you need to know, okay? EYNTK. This was one of my blogs in Canada. If I'm teaching you something, absorb it, digest it. Many of you didn't even know they're using paracetamol to cook meat, detergent in fufu, all kinds of stuff. I'm teaching you to learn because I'm very tired. I'm retired, okay? I test your mentality. Many of you are fake. You have no identities. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. None of you have real names. One follower, two follower. You're just trolling, using Instagram to do all kinds of. You're hiding from me. You're hiding from people. You have no self confidence, no self esteem, nothing. So I use the advantage of you. Look at you. Oh, I thought you retired because you heard me on Cool FM say I'm retiring, right? Of course I retired. Then I came back, right, 4 days later so that I can build a new blog. There's 6,000 of you in there. This is how powerful I am. I'm the only person that can pull 6,000 people on one page in 5 days because I opened a blog. So it's called influencing. I can influence you to do anything. But you're not intelligent. You need to learn more about that. Let's talk about Wizkid. Can we talk stories? The story about how Wizkid became famous and how people try to derail his career. This is a true story, Starboy story. I was not in Nigeria, and I'll tell you from my angle. Wizkid, Bakurumo, a few other tracks. The boy was a young man, gave me a tour of P Square's house. On a video, it was really nice when seeing P Square's house and everything. Wizkid or Wizkid. EME, that was his label. Mikey Wellington, Tunde Demoran. They were running a label. Tunde's a pilot. Mikey's a singer and now an actor and a politician. At the time, was just a singer, producer, whatnot. This young man came, and a lady called Osage brought him to EME. All right, Akon was in the picture at that time, empowered all of them, gave them gigs, co-signed them, whatnot. Wizkid became really famous with that backroom sound. In comes a Canadian promoter, Auntie Kemi. Wizkid is coming to Canada. We need a press conference. I'm a publicist. I do music publicity in Canada. And so I said, this is 2012. I said, okay, let's book him. My money, $5,000. And the way it works is the promoter gives me 2.5 in the beginning, planning the press conference, calling all the television stations. And then when they come and do the press conference, the other 2.5 enters my hand, my 5K done, $5,000. I send it to Nigeria, put it in my account. That's how I made my money in Canada. I was also a pharmacist. I was also a journalist, and I did PR. Okay, so in 2012, Wizkid came. I booked him on MTV Canada. I called Dave over there. Dave's the director. And I said, Dave, I have somebody coming from Nigeria. He's the Justin Bieber. I called Wizkid the Justin Bieber of Africa. Okay, pop, everything. Anyway, to get somebody booked as a publicist on somewhere like MTV Canada, you better be good with what they're, singing. Music is universal. That was the year we had the Justin Bieber versus, who was it, BET. Oh, he's white, blah, blah, blah. The lady that owns BET said music is universal. So now, MTV Canada and Wizkid, I'm like, okay, let's book him. So Dave's like, send me 2 songs and a video. I sent 2 songs. I don't remember those 2 songs, but one of those 2 songs was also the Backroom video. 3 days later, Dave calls me, Cammy, everybody watch this video. Now remember, let me just tell you how this is. At MTV Canada in that time, 2011, 2012, there was not one single black employee in that station. Everybody's white. So they listened and they watched. I said, okay, Dave, tell me what you watch. Let's assess. Dave said, first of all, we love the fact that they are throwing money when they're dancing in your country. Is that customary? I said, yes, it is, but it's all fun. Dave now asks me and says, there was a lot of food in that video, everything. Just give me the storyline, Dave. Let's see whether you know what's going on. He said, there was a lady called Funky over there. That's from Kakadile. Funky was having a party, and I think she had an older crowd. And the guy called Pasuma was supposed to play at her gig. And there was also somebody was having a party, a young person, and their father booked Wizkid and Scales. And the lady booking them at the agency was busy with her boyfriend on the other phone and misbooked them. So Wizkid went to the Funky party, and I mean, look at what Oyibo is telling me. A white man at MTV Canada is telling me that he knew the storyline of the video, and said, yeah, we're going to book him. So I booked Wizkid. Give me my 250. Promoter gave me my $2,500. Now, Wizkid was supposed to show up on MTV Canada on Friday. The show is at 5 sharp. So they need to be in Toronto by 3 so that we can go to the station, we can do a mini press conference, whatnot. They didn't show up by 3. Wait a minute, maybe they'll show up right before the show because flights is running late. They did not show up. What happened? Why didn't they show up? By the time I called the promoter said, Auntie Kemi, Wizkid them, they're still in the studio in New York. Cool. They're actually recording with Busta Rhymes. Oh, Jesus. I had to call. When a publicist gets stuff like that, you have to go back and call MTV Canada because you've been disgraced. So I said, Dave, they're still in the studio. So Dave was like, oh, really? Can we do it on Monday? I haven't even said anything. That was my client. So can we do it on Monday? And I'm like, oh, yeah, we'll do it. Let's do it. What time? Same time. Okay. All right. By then, I would have talked to them about over the weekend. I didn't reach the promoter, but we planned that it'd be Monday. I left him a message. Monday, everything. Monday came. Now, remember, Wizkid was supposed to be performing in Toronto that Saturday, Vancouver Sunday. He didn't come from the NTV Canada thing on Friday. So when he showed up, Wizkid went to the Toronto show. Okay, I didn't attend that show. I was busy with something else. I'm just a publicist and I have to do, I have to book them and everything. I didn't attend the show on Saturday. The Sunday one was Vancouver. Wizkid had traveled 8 hours to the other side of Canada. So when that show finished, he's supposed to come on MTV Canada. You can't miss that. He went from Vancouver back to New York. Kilo Shele. What happened? The promoter was like, they had to rush back. The promoter was giving me his own story. So he's not going to be on the show. Okay, so MTV said, okay, 2 times they've booked Wizkid now. Oh, we understand. He'll come back to Canada again. Look at opportunity. Why wouldn't these Nigerian artists show up at where they're supposed to show up to? I was like, anyway, I was getting deported from Canada the following week. They took my phone from me. The feds had it, the Canadian feds. As soon as I put my feet into the plane, the feds handed my BlackBerry back to me. It was BlackBerry back those days. And the agent said, here's your phone back. Imagine, you're going to Nigeria, you're entering the plane, leaving Canada. As I opened that BlackBerry like this, I wanted to tweet, bye-bye, Canada. So, would you believe what I saw on the BBM? It was Wizkid's road manager. The guy that travels around with him with EME. He said, Auntie Kemi, oh my God, we just heard. We just heard what? You just heard that you booked Ayo on MTV Canada and we were not told. See, I lost $2,500. You mean you guys didn't know? You came on Saturday. The show is only Monday through Friday. And I was expecting to come on Monday to the show after the show on Saturday and Sunday. They didn't tell us. Wait a minute, where's the promoter? What happened? All right, let's fast forward. Cut a long story short on Kemi Talk Stories. Wizkid's manager did not tell him that he was booked on MTV Canada, a very huge gig, because she was jealous of him and they were on their way out to breaking up, which I didn't know. Osage is a woman. So when I landed in Nigeria, I now picked up this magazine called Hip TV, Hip Hop World magazine. It's owned by Anima Sham, Hip TV guy, Headies guy. And I saw all these gist about Osage and Wizkid be having a hard time fighting. And that Osage yelled at Wizkid and said, I brought you here to EME. You ain't going nowhere. I can take you. Basically, people that bring you to Banky Wellington and all that, not saying, who are you? Maybe I'm the one that made you big. I brought you here. Oh my God, it was a big fight. What I saw was what is going on in the industry every day in Nigeria. Nigeria's music industry doesn't exist. It's just make-believe. Everybody hates everybody. Everybody talks to everybody about everybody. Backstabbing, backbiting. Osage did not tell Wizkid's manager that Wizkid was booked by a woman who is a publicist for the promoters in Canada. Oshe Kafun, just like Nara said, Ofeshe Kafumi. That girl was wicked. He took somebody's destiny appearance on a show because he didn't like them. At the end of the day, what happened? Wizkid didn't come. Everything's history. Years later, Wizkid went to Canada. He did press conferences. He's been on all the shows. So the next year, the guy said he's leaving EME. He's going to start his own label. They were laughing at him. Ha 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 ha. What label is that? Starboy. Starboy was. Be going, good luck with you. Today, EME has broken up into pieces. It's more like a PR agency. I don't think they have artists anymore. And Wizkid Starboy, #1 in Africa. Where you are today does not determine where you're going to be tomorrow. Congratulations, Wizkid. Keep it up. Ayo. More strides. I'm Kemi Amalulu on Kemi Talk Stories. Story. We'll see you the next one.